episode 604 of Good Luck High Five.
That's right. You're listening to a podcast that's for you if you play Magic the Gathering. Whether you do play it or you don't play it, we're here for you.
I was so normal of an introduction from you.
I know. But, I felt like it was weird enough to be like, honestly, if you don't play it, you can listen.
Yeah, that is true.
But we know people who don't play and listen.
Yes, we are here for all.
All.
On Good Luck High Five. I'm one of your hosts, Maria.
I'm another one of your hosts, Megan.
And on today's show, we're so excited to talk about MagicCon Vegas coming up this October.
Yes, we're going to give you a little overview of what you could possibly do at Vegas if it's your first time going, because we know that there are a lot of people who will be going to a MagicCon for the very first time in Vegas, or maybe it's been a very long time since you've been to a Magic event, or even you've been to one before, but you're like, wow, there was a lot going on and I felt like I missed some stuff.
And we're
going to be
did.
like, hey, here's some of the stuff that you can expect. Here's our recommendations for kind of planning and figuring out your days.
Yes, and if you're going to be watching from home, it's going to be the World Championship happening in Vegas coming up in October. It's World Championship 30 as well, which is pretty special. That's the XXX World Championship if you're counting in Roman numerals. So we'll give you a small preview of what's going to be going on there to kind of start the hype train rolling.
Yeah.
And we've got a new fun game that we're going to try out on the show this week, inspired by all of these Sharpie cards that you're seeing all over the internet and the trend of playing a Sharpie Cube.
Yes. And so why on earth would we not turn that into a flavor text theater and give ourselves a time challenge in making you some Sharpied cards?
We're also going to share some of our favorite Sharpied cards that we've collected, like little squirrels foraging away from across the internet that maybe you might have missed. Or if you missed the whole trend, you can relive it with us, because there are truly some gems out there that even if you've seen them, man, what a delight those cards are.
But before we get started, there are people we have to thank. First and foremost amongst them are you, the patrons and listeners of this podcast. Thank you to everyone who is a patron, who has been a patron, who might someday become a patron. Maria, we have no new patrons to pun this week, though. I know. Not only do you get sad trombone, but you don't get our excellent puns. Our universally acknowledged to be great puns.
Acclaimed by all voices.
Acclaimed puns.
Across the universe.
Yes.
Yes, if you would like a pun based on your name, you can sign up at the $5 level or more over on patreon.com/GLHF Magic. There's tons of other great bennies in there as well, getting into our sweet Discord server, getting early episode releases of both this, Good Luck High Five, and Commander Arcade, getting ad-free versions of both of our shows, whatever. It's all over there. Patreon.com/GLHF Magic. We'd love to see you become part of the fam bam.
We would love to have you. Also, thank you to Card Kingdom, cardkingdom.com/GLHF. Make sure you're using that link when you go to buy all of the singles, all of the boosters, all of the many different kinds of cards or accessories that you could possibly need for Magic the Gathering.
Are you thinking, what if you were going to build a commander deck from Bloomborough, Megan, do you know who you would build around?
Ooh, that's so
It's kind of a tough question.
That is a tough question.
But I was just going to check out the foils, you know what I mean, over in Card Kingdom.
Well, why don't you tell me about some good-looking foil? What are some good-looking Bloomborough cards?
I'm glad you asked me. A card that is interesting to me is the infamous Cruel Claw, which is
but that's so you.
Menace Weasel. Yeah.
Okay. Maria, tell me about Menace Weasel. What would you do?
So this, if you don't know this card, this is a 3-mana 3/3. Weasel Mercenary, I just want to point out. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card, and then you can cast that card by discarding a card instead of paying its mana cost. So basically, you could do a very cool discard deck with Infamous Cruel Claw with Madness as a sub-theme.
Oh,
and
all right.
Also, it's a very cute little Weasel Mercenary, which I think is great. So that's my idea for what I would be interested in building.
Yeah. What about Hugs? I would kind of love to make a Hugs deck just because he's great. He's a big badger.
Oh,
and
what a
also
cutie.
he has his mana cost is red, red, green, green, X, and you exile the top X cards of your library when you cast him, and until the end of your next turn, you may play those cards, and you can play additional lands on each of your turns. So what if I just ramp, and then X equals 1,000,000, and then I play a bunch of lands, and then I lands, and then I
And then
cards.
I lands.
And then I lands, and then I cards.
That, you know what? If you describe
like
Commander,
it's me,
I think
it's like lands, cards.
that's what it is. Then I lands, then I cards.
Exactly. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, I like that idea. The infamous Cruel Claw, you can get it right now in foil. There's 8 available, so don't all go at once, but
wow. But
shuffle
hurry on
your
over
little
that,
booty
you know?
over there if you're interested. Cardkingdom.com.
Shuffle your little booty over there. Sorry, cardkingdom.com/GLHF. Shuffle your little booty over there.
That's a great saying for them, I think.
I agree.
Huge props as well to Dragon Shield. We love them. They're one of our new sponsors. You can visit them by going to the link in the show notes or the link that's pinned underneath this video. They just restocked a bunch of their cards, everybody. I want you to know this. It's very important because they've restocked the Starry Night art sleeves.
Oh, they're so good.
Including the ones in metallic print, which these are the ones I used at the pre-release, and I was kind of obsessed with them when I was playing. And they're there right now, everybody. So you better go over and get them while you can. And you can use code GLHF for 5% off as well, whatever you buy. Even if you buy like $1,000 worth of stuff, hey, guess what? Getting 5% off that, pretty good deal.
Pretty good deal. Pretty good deal.
So, stock up for the fall. Because and winter, you don't want to be buying sleeves in the winter.
No, you don't. You want to be a little squirrel and you want to stash them all right now.
Yes.
Stash.
I love the Starry Night ones. They also restocked the Great Wave sleeves.
Oh, yeah.
Which you can also get in metallic print.
Great.
Which
the metallic print is just
they're
nice.
so beautiful.
It's nice.
These classic art prints featuring dragons in the art. What if dragons were in these paintings?
Yeah.
Dragon Shield has asked.
What if dragons?
I say there should
Dragon
be more
Shield.
dragons in the loop.
What if dragons?
Go check them out. Link in the show notes under the video. Use code GLHF at checkout for 5% off. What did I type randomizer into Google?
I was about to do the same thing.
What is wrong
Maria
with me?
and I both just started to type the word randomizer into Google.
God.
As though that would have helped us at all.
It's time for the randomizer.
Oh my gosh. I know that we should have done this today because I got one of my favorite arts that I have ever gotten, Maria.
I'm excited.
I'm so excited for you to see this art.
We went to scryfall.com, hit the random card button, and trying to guess what the art does based on the... Oh, wait, what the card does based on the art alone. You got to go first because I need to see what this is.
Is this not excellent? Is this not top tier?
I'm obsessed with this art, everybody. This is... What on earth? Okay, why? But I love it. This is my Thursday night. Okay, this is a bone horse.
Yeah.
And it's a horse that's just a skeleton.
Yeah.
It's a skeleton. It's got a red cape. Well, so it has that on it.
Yeah.
No skin to speak of, but red cape, yes. That deceased Megan right there.
That deceased me.
There's a skeleton riding the skeleton horse carrying a sword. There is another skeleton behind that skeleton on the skeleton horse that's like...
I think that there's like many of them in the background.
Oh yeah, there's a whole skeleton army in the background. If this card isn't called Riding the Bone Horse, I don't know what is.
Just another day riding the bone horse.
And what a horrible experience that would be if you were not to a skeleton, because that would not feel good on your butt. Just let me say that.
It would not.
Is a black card, obviously. Riding the Bone Horse, it's creature horse. It's a 4/4 for 7 for 6 mana. It's an old. I'm saying that because it looks like old card. And it costs 6 and a black for this 4/4 horse. And when it attack, another creature gets horsemanship.
Wow.
Not possible, but what?
You have the color right.
Yeah.
This is Drudge Skeletons.
No, it's not. It's Bone Horse.
Bone Horse. It is riding the Bone Horse.
Yeah.
1 and a black for a 1/1. Black, regenerate.
Okay, come on.
Summon skeletons.
This has been reprinted 1,000 times.
It really has. Let's see when it was first made.
Holy cow. Look at how old it is. I mean,
what is this one? This is a limited edition alpha.
This is an alpha card.
Wow. And the art was riding the Bone Horse from the very beginning.
I mean, incredible.
This art is great. This is one of my favorites.
Big thumbs up to this card
absolutely.
art for sure. Obsessed with it. I really like skeletons, so I'm here for it. The card I'm going to show you, Megan, this is relevant based on our previous discussion.
Ooh, all right. Oh, put a dragon. Like, why not
dragon on it?
Put a dragon on it. I am looking at a Cerberus, what I'm going to call a Cerberus dragon.
Yeah.
It is a 4-headed dragon.
Nice.
With honestly, its legs are too thin and muscular
to support these heads.
I'm off put by these legs. It has no wings. It's like it's a lizard dragon.
A wyvern?
Yes.
No, wait, those have wings, right?
Yeah.
What the heck is this?
I don't remember what the name is for a dragon that doesn't have wings. Maybe just a worm with a Y.
What if it's not even a dragon?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it looks like a dragon. It's 4 heads. They are all angry. They do not. There's one that's
This
sly.
one's kind of chill.
I was going to say, there's one that's like looking kind of sly in the bottom, but the other 3 are like mad and spitting.
Mad.
They are like spitting a lot. I'm going to call this spitting worm.
Oh, yeah.
With a Y. A worm with a Y, obviously. Spitting worm is the name of this card. And I'm going to say it's 3 and a red for a 3/3 first strike. The end.
Ooh, great guess. Of course, this card is red. What did you call it?
Spitting worm.
Oh my gosh, you're so close because it's not actually a worm. If you were to think of what else this card could be, what would you call? What kind of animal?
A lizard?
It's a fantasy animal. It's not real. But you were on the right track with Cerberus.
Yeah,
Cerberus.
Cerberus?
But what's a Cerberus? You know, that when it's not a Cerberus.
Like a hellhound?
You're stuck on the dog part.
I am stuck on the dog part.
But it's
like
not a dog.
Like a guardy? I don't know.
Hydra.
Hydra.
This is spitting Hydra.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
That's really close.
I literally forgot hydras existed for a minute.
I mean, yeah, we don't see them in day-to-day life.
Literally
so
100% forgot hydras exist.
This is 0/0. It enters with 4 +1/+1 counters on it. 1 in a red, remove a +1/+1 counter. It deals 1 damage to target creature.
Okay, I have to say it is 3 red for a 4/4, and I called it like 3 in a red for a 3/3.
Yeah.
Like I was pretty dang close.
You're pretty close. Although it being a 4/4 is very thematic.
That's true. It has 4. And I do wish I had thought about making a mechanic around the spitting.
Yeah.
Which I wish I had because
it has one.
But also I literally got one word right. I feel great about it.
Yeah, this is from Stronghold, reprinted in Tempest Remastered as well.
All right.
I recognize this card for some reason. I don't know why I would, but I do.
Yeah.
Maybe it was in some kind of
maybe you've met him.
Beginner deck or something. Oh no, I know it. We went on a date one time.
Yep. Knew it.
Like one head knew what it wanted to order, the other 3 waited. Oh, it took forever.
Boring.
Really embarrassing.
Terrible.
Let's just say it was one day to one date only. And also I was like, can you stop spitting everywhere?
And they were like, no.
No. Let's talk about MagicCon Vegas.
Yes. So mostly I just wanted to talk about it for anyone that hasn't been to a MagicCon or is maybe feels a little bit intimidated by the idea and the scope and the size of a MagicCon, because there's so much to do there and there's so much cool stuff to see. And we just want to make sure that if this is, whether it's Vegas coming up or one that's going to be close to your hometown next year, even though we don't have those locations yet, right? You never know. We want to kind of give you a little guide to what to do and what to expect.
We are currently 64 days away.
Ooh.
Let me see when did I say this was? October 25th. Yeah, Friday. So we're 65 days away from this event starting.
Yes.
And hopefully at that event we will know what some of the more upcoming events for 2025 will be and where they're going to be. I believe we announce them generally
around this time.
At least some of them. Maybe not all of them, but I think we do some of them. So you'll know at that event if more will be coming up near you in 2025. But it's a great time.
Yes, it is such a good time. And so I feel like it kind of falls into, there's 3 categories of stuff at a MagicCon. There's the big main stage events.
Yeah, for sure.
Which includes stuff like game nights live. It includes panels with people from R&D, panels with Mark Rosewater, preview panels. There's a big schedule of stuff that you can go and watch on the main stage.
The cosplay contest,
right? And those are all really cool. There's big cheering crowds.
Live podcast episodes.
There's Q&A sections. And so you always want to make sure check out what is happening on the main stage. What's the main stage schedule like? And mark down, it's even if you're I'm not so sure that going to some big like main stage thing is for me, just mark down 1 or 2 that sound kind of cool and go and check them out because you never know. And also sometimes it's nice to just be able to sit in the audience for a second, have a little break.
Yeah, and also
it's a nice little break
you might not be able to avoid it if it's the game nights recording because it's so loud.
It's so loud.
It is. It takes over the whole. I mean, there's standing room only for those.
Yes.
You gotta camp out in those seats for a couple hours, I think, if you want to get a good spot for that show.
Yes.
But yeah.
Then there's ticketed play events. These are all kinds of different cool events, right? Our friends over at Loading Ready Run always have like a really cool chaos draft that they do, which is like their own special format of chaos event.
Yes.
Where you keep some packs and you like trade some packs and you draft some packs. It's very, very fun. And you can play anyone in this kind of like giant circle of people. There's Brian David Marshall's Commander and Cocktails, which is Commander full box sealed.
Yep.
Commander Boxing League, which is very, very cool. With a cocktail. Yes. Then there's like Gavin's different unknown events.
Yep.
Right. Those are all ticketed play. And then there's also tons of like much more normal ticketed play stuff, right? Like you can play a sealed event with Bloomborough. You can play a sealed event of Duskmorn. You can play Two-Headed Giants. You can play on-demand drafts. And then the kind of like third big section, or again, like those ones, just like take a look at them.
Yeah.
And some of them you might want to get sooner rather than later because those do sell out. The ticketed play ones can sell out. So like mark 1 or 2 that you want to try. And then the third big category is just like open play. You can just go and play people for no additional money.
Yeah, you just sit down,
find tables. Hey. You find people to play games with.
Absolutely. The command zone is bigger than ever and is a great place to sit down and say how competitive is your deck and have a game with somebody. They've got like little signs on the table and stuff to let you know the different levels of where you're sitting.
Yeah.
If you want a really competitive game like CADH or whatever, which is pretty nice.
And I guess, I kind of miss like the fourth big category is just like meeting people.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because there are artist booths and there are some artists that if you want to see them, you are going to need to get in line.
Yeah.
If you want an Elena Danner signature.
I feel like some of them were like giving out like cards and then you came back at like your time or whatever.
A lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of those lines like cap, right? You need to get there if you want to get stuff signed. Some artists do, like very cool signatures.
Oh,
they have like different menus of
rainbow
different kinds of signatures
foil
that they do.
Signatures.
They're amazing.
3D signatures.
There's lots of times that you can meet other creators, right? Like they'll have scheduled meet and greet times so you can get signatures again from like if you're watching Commander at home, if you're watching Loading Ready Run, you'll have a chance you can meet all those people.
I believe are going to have a meet and greet, everybody. So
yes. Keep yourself posted. Keep yourself posted.
Yes, because it's very exciting because we're going to be working at the Pro Tour, which is also, the World Championship, which is also occurring at the same time as all of this and in the hall. And you can walk over and see what's going on at the World Championship. So sometimes we don't have a great opportunity to go out and meet people. But this one, everybody, we're trying to set it up so that we do have an hour to go and meet people, sign stuff, take selfies, that kind of thing.
All right, Maria.
Yes.
Here's my question. We've kind of like talked about this stuff.
Yeah.
A little bit of like a little sampling of everything that happens.
Right.
That you can try to do.
Okay.
If you were going to go to a MagicCon, what's your ideal kind of like little schedule?
Great question. For me, one of my favorite parts is going to see the artist row and buying things. This is called hashtag I be shopping. And I do be shopping, let me tell you.
Hashtag Maria be shopping.
Wizards of Barge is one of my favorite booths to stop at.
They always have super fun stuff.
I bought a tarot deck from them the other year, and I had them sign the Magician card, my favorite card, which I thought was very cool. So I would always stop there. There's playmats you can't get anywhere else. There's tokens you can't get anywhere else. That is my favorite thing to go and visit all the artists and all of their wares and what they're selling for sure.
Yeah.
And then I would do a bunch of on-demand drafts probably.
Yeah.
I'd fire off a bunch of those. Or if they were having like a big sealed tournament, I would play in that.
Yes. Oh yeah, there's like the 100K limited open at this one.
Exactly. So that's
you'd be like
my number one.
In line at the you'd be signed up for the 100K limited open.
Yes, 100K limited open, and I'd be shopping. This one has a cool party that's happening, which is called the Halloween Haunt. Which sounds kind of cool. You have to pay extra to get into it. I might be interested in doing something like that. And then, of course, I always want to peek in on game nights when that happens. I'd probably just be standing in the back. But like, I just want to get a taste, a taste from the back of the crowd. So that's probably what I would focus on. What about you?
Okay. I think that I would also, I have not ever really super prioritized getting cards that I love signed.
Oh, it's
but
great.
I want them. So I think if I were going to this one, I would also be, because we love a good limited event, I would also probably play the 100K limited open.
We need it. We're thirsty for it.
Please. And I would sign up for at least one other fun, goofy event. I would probably do Commander Boxing League.
Yeah. The cocktails.
BDMs, cocktails and Commander.
Try that too.
Because that also sounds right up my alley. And then besides that, I would break up my schedule between getting some signatures, right? I would before the event, I'm going to go look at the artist list.
Yes, you have to have a plan.
Who is coming? I'm going to get my cards together for cards that I want to get signed by people.
Absolutely.
And that's going to be my priority. I'm going to get in artist lines. I'm going to meet artists and get some cards signed.
What card do you want signed?
Ooh, that's a great question.
I guess we don't, it really depends on what artists are going to be there.
On
but
who is there.
I got some Howard Lyon signatures at a GP a million years ago for my Boggles deck. And let me tell you, it is truly, those are truly my favorite things of Magic that I own, are those cards that he signed.
They're so cool.
It is... I can't express to you all, if you've not had an artist sign a card, it is one of the coolest experiences, everybody. So highly recommend it if you're interested.
If I have a million years, I'll go to Elena Daniels.
Okay, great.
But
I also forgot, you can another thing I would do is sell cards.
You can sell cards there.
You can sell cards there to various vendors,
Anyway, so I would make, John Avon's going to be in.
Oh man, can you imagine getting your full art Avon signed?
Yeah.
Your lands? That'd be pretty dope.
Pretty sick. So I would probably have some amount of, okay, so I'm getting some cards signed.
Yeah. Okay, great.
I'm playing in the 100K Open.
And Commander
I'm doing
and Cocktails.
The Commander and Cocktails.
Yes.
And then the rest of the time, I'll probably go if Mark Rosewater is doing a panel. Definitely catch the Rosewater panel.
If there's a preview panel, that's the one I want to go to.
Preview panel. All right, we'll go to a preview panel.
Great.
And then, you know what? And then I'm going to leave time open to see who I run into. No, and then I'm going to leave. No, and then I'm going to leave time open to see who I run into.
Yes.
Because that's one of my favorite things, is just running into people.
And you will. Every
will.
5 seconds you will see somebody you know.
Run into people.
From I almost said coverage. Well, that's kind of true, but content creators and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that would be kind of my jam. I want to do a little, do a little art, do a little shopping, do a little playing.
Let me tell you though, Vegas, you have to up your game when it comes to the food available in the venue, because you can never beat Amsterdam.
I was going to say, let's talk really quickly what you should bring to be prepared.
Yeah. Amsterdam had the fries. I'm sorry, no one will ever beat them.
Yes.
But I wish you would try.
So you're going to want to pack, obviously, if you are going to play some limited, pack some sleeves and some dice.
Yep. Way to track your life total. Pen and paper. You can also use those boogie boards. That is legal.
Yes. You're going to want to, if you're going to play Commander, you can obviously always bring just your favorite Commander. Make sure that you're holding onto your bag.
Yes.
Do not hang it on the back of your chair.
Yeah.
Just leave it there. And honestly, there's always people I know that Melissa DeTora, a lot of times when she plays in a Commander pod, will just be like, who has a deck I can play?
Yeah, and you just
so it's always nice to bring an extra.
Yeah, bring an
extra or two, because you never know who you could end up sitting down with and who could end up playing your Commander deck.
Bring your snacks.
Always bring
Stay
snacks.
hydrated.
Bring a water bottle.
It's Vegas after all.
Yes.
Even if you're not in the sun, your skin will feel like a lizard.
Exactly. Bring a water bottle to get some water. And then, honestly, in Vegas, bring good snacks, because their food offerings are not as exciting as other places.
I think about those Amsterdam fries in that convention center almost every 4 days.
And if we ever go back to Amsterdam, make sure that you eat the fries in the convention center.
They're so good. They're so good.
Yeah.
Anyway. And I don't know, just bring a good tude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm excited to see what kinds of installations they put up for these events, because they've been very cool at a lot of the
Some
past
amount
ones.
of what you can always do is honestly just walk around and take cool photos. There's cosplayers there.
Yep.
So you can take photos with amazing cosplayers, and then huge sets, different sets from what's happening in Magic. So there'll probably be some really cool
spooky ones. That's what I'm excited about.
There's going to be some really spooky sets.
So you can buy badges. They're still on sale, everybody. The weekend is $100 that you'll need to get in. You also get 2 counterspell promos. Single day badge is $40.
Yeah.
A youth single day is $20. Premium single day is $70. which gets you a collector booster for Blueburrow and from Duskmorn as well. And then Youth Weekend badge is $50. Right.
There you go.
All the like premium packages like the Black Lotus VIP, Legendary VIP, those are all sold out.
Wow.
But everything else still avail if you're considering it.
Nice.
And you can go to mcvegas.mtgfestivals.com to see what's going on there, like who's going to be there, what the events are going to be, like all the on-demand events are listed.
Ooh, if you didn't know, every MagicCon has unique merch.
Oh, yeah,
which
that
is
too.
always
Yes.
really fun to see what kind of merch they ended up picking for the event. There was a Fries themed shirt for Amsterdam.
I got it, everybody.
It's very cute. It's a little like, it's a little like Netherlands
it's
fries.
It's a Planeswalker symbol, but it's made of fries.
It's a cone of fries. It's very cute.
Shout out to Monty DeVuti for standing in line for me for that for 2
there you
hours.
go, for forever. Yes. You can also buy ahead of time and pick up there.
Yes, you
FYI.
can. You can.
They always have they have cute pins. They always have one really cool, if you've seen people with like the jean jackets with patches or like the bomber jackets.
Oh, yeah.
Those are all different ones from like different unique
I have a Magic
merches.
card patch from some show.
Yeah.
I do need to sew it on my jean jacket. So that one's pretty cool.
That's also another thing to kind of like keep an eye on if you can always get some cool little piece of merch. I have the corduroy hat.
Oh,
that has the expert logo on it.
Very good.
It's very good. I love it. And also I can walk around wearing a corduroy hat that says expert.
Expert. It's got the mana pips on it, right?
Exactly. It's the mana pips and it says expert. It's very good.
So we hope that you come. The World Championship, like I mentioned, also going to be happening there. It's the biggest World Championship that we will have had in a long time for Magic. It's going to be hundreds of players and not just like 35 or whatever, which is unusual. And it's just going to be a party, man. It's the 30th World Championship of all time. Like, that's a big deal. So don't ask me because I don't make the show, but I feel like they're going to blow it out a little bit.
I think so.
I would if it was the 30th.
I think it's going to be pretty good.
Like, imagine your 30th birthday party,
Heck yeah.
Like, you got to do something special. So
mine was 13 going on 30 themed.
Yes, indeed. So maybe our World Championship.
Wait, no, our friends was 13 going on 30. Yeah. Mine was She's the Man themed.
Yes.
Which, of course, it was.
Maybe we'll do a 13 going on 30 themed World Championship.
I wish that could happen.
What would that even mean?
I don't know. But it would involve Jennifer Garner being there.
Yeah, that's the main thing. She's there.
And Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo is there. There's a Barbie dream house that's out there somewhere.
Absolutely.
Or whatever. Everybody dances to Thriller, right?
Oh yeah, everyone does the Thriller dance.
Yeah,
it'd be great. I'm just saying it'd be great.
We'll let you know once we have our details confirmed of when our meet and greet is going to happen, everyone. But I'm very excited to say that I believe it is going to happen, which is very exciting for us. We'll have stickers for you. We'll have high fives for you. All the rest of it in Vegas coming up the 25th of October.
All right.
You all seen this? You heard about this? The Magic Sharpie game? So what this was born out of was somebody on the internet was like, wouldn't it be fun to take commons that you don't really use anymore and you get them out of your draft chaff or wherever you keep them, your common hole, if you will, and you pull them out and you make them actually playable by sharpieing words off the cards. And then you can use them in a commander deck, which is like Sharpie Commander. You can put them in a cube. Sharpie Cube, that kind of thing, and play with cards you wouldn't normally play with, and they're totally busted since you Sharpied them.
Yes.
And then people took this idea, and they kind of ran with it, and they're like, well, what if you just Sharpied cards to make them say funny things?
Yes. Which is a great response.
And we are here for that. So we're going to share some of our favorites that we found across the internet with you right now. I'm going to start with a very simple one. This is the card Guttural Response, which is a hybrid green-red mana symbol to cast as an instant. And every word on the card has been crossed out except for the word cry.
So it says Guttural Response, instant, cry. Elvish Doomsayer. When Elvish Doomsayer dies, each opponent dies IRL.
Don't play that card.
Don't play that card. Don't play that card.
Spooky.
Oh, this one's very good. This is one of my favorites.
Divinity of Pride, which is the Spirit Avatar 4/4 flying thing that costs black, white mana. Flying lifelink. It gets +4/+4 as long as you scream. Scream is pulled from the flavor text. So you're going to have to be screaming for a long time if you want this thing to have +4/+4.
Okay, we have Abyssal Persecutor. This is one of my favorites. Flample.
They made it say Flample. I love
they made
it.
it say Flample.
They just corrected that.
You can't, and your opponents can't. And then the flavor text is, he denies them both.
You just can't.
You can't.
You can't.
And your opponents can't.
I just can't. This is an unset card, Goblin Game, which is 5 red. Sorcerer with a little goblin on the deck of the Weatherlight here. This is Squee. Each player hides simultaneously. The player who objects loses. So you know what? You better be into hiding or else you're going to lose the game.
Rampaging Werewolf. At the beginning of each upkeep, just look at him. This is one of my. These are all some of my favorites.
You have to.
Just look at him.
You have to just look at him.
At the beginning of each upkeep, just look at him.
He's cute. Why wouldn't you look at him? He's
this one's an all-timer for me, though. This next one is an all-timer.
And it's been around for a while and has been printed in Mystery Booster 2, thank goodness.
Yes.
Which is Vindicate, which has been turned into Indicate. Sorcery, target permanent. And the flavor text says, this.
It's so good. It's really good.
Indicate this. Just want to point that out. Word of Command. This is a black for this spooky looking old card with just 2 eyeballs looking at you from the darkness. You may look at opponent legally from his or her pool. Opponent must make you look. Which
opponent must make you look.
Like made you look. Like you've got so you have to look legally.
You have to, but also they gotta make you look. Yes. All right, Maria, are you ready to try making some of these?
So we're gonna try and make some of these. We're gonna open packs. I've got a Modern Horizons 3-pack here.
That one seems powerful.
We'll see.
I have Outlaws of Thunder Junction.
So we're gonna open these and try to make 3 Sharpied cards, everyone, then come back to you with the results.
All right, Maria, hit me with your first one.
Okay, I made 5 of them.
Okay, I was gonna say, okay, yeah. All right, in that case, yeah, you go first.
Okay, my first one I want to share with you all is Breaker of Creation. This John Eldrazi monstrosity here, who now says, it's a pretty good card, hexproof from the shackles of reality. Like powerful. What does that mean? You decide.
Okay, I have Overzealous Muscle, which now says, commit a crime, destroy everyone.
That card is busted.
Busted. Commit a crime, destroy
everyone. Oh my god. And you can choose whatever crime you want.
Uh-huh.
All right. I did a rare. Sorry, everybody who is shocked that I wrote on this rare. Ripples of Undeath. Uh-huh. 1 and a black for an enchantment that says, at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, mill 3 monster. Decades later, break it.
Decades later.
This game is never going to end.
Okay, I have what was Magebane Lizard and is now Agebane Lizard.
Oh, I should have done the name.
Whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, age.
No, I will not be playing that card.
No, you must. Whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, age.
I will be killing that card, but I have to age in order to kill it, which is really kind of difficult.
Yeah.
All right, how about this one? Skoa Ember Mage, 4 red for a legendary creature, Goblin Wizard. It's a 4/4. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 4 damage. Nicely. Just nicely. It just does nicely 4 damage, Not too mean.
Okay, this was Hard Bristle Bandit, but it's now Hard Bristle Add It. Tap, add. Whenever you commit a crime, add.
I don't want to add. I was told there would be no math. Just
Tap,
add.
Whenever you commit a crime, add.
Okay, I've got Refurbished Familiar, which I've never looked at the art really of this card, which is kind of terrifying. Rat with metal wings.
Gross.
3 and a black for a 2/1. It has affinity for each opponent. So if you're playing Commander, if you're playing a very large Commander game, this thing's gonna, in a normal Commander game, this will only cost 1 mana.
Yeah.
But in any other game, it could maybe even, it could never get to 0. I suppose it could.
No, because you always have to. For affinity, you always have to play the colored mana pips.
Okay, so no matter what, you can get it down to black.
That's pretty impressive.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I've got one bonus one for you here.
Yeah, let's hear it.
This is Utter Insignificance. 1 and a blue for an enchantment or a flash enchant creature. Enchanted creature loses all abilities and was meaningless. just want you to know that it was meaningless.
That's my favorite one. That's my favorite one.
Just want you to know
Enchanted
how to
creature
feel about
was meaningless.
It is meaningless, and it was. Just FYI, which is why I had to target it with my removal spell.
Well, this was very delightful.
I love this game, actually.
Yes.
New flavor text theater game. True banger already out the gate. Really powerful stuff. I also opened Opheomancer. So a 2 rare pack.
Nice.
No big deal.
I got this beautiful full art plane. So there we go.
There we go.
You know, tap add whenever you commit a crime. Add.
Folks, thanks for hanging out on this episode of Good Luck High Five. Another fun time hanging out with our besties. And we want to say that we are appreciative of you in whatever form you come to the show. Playing Magic, not playing Magic. Being a patron, not being a patron. There's lots of other ways to support us, like watching the video on YouTube, letting it play in the background.
Yes.
On
just
mute.
recommending us to someone.
Recommending us to somebody. If you're going to buy Magic products, buying them from Card Kingdom using cardkingdom.com/GLHF. If you're going to buy sleeves, buying them from Dragon Shield using our affiliate link. All those ways support us and don't cost you a single dollar other than what you were going to buy anyway.
Yeah. Remember, thank you again to Card Kingdom.
Yes.
cardkingdom.com/GLHF. Shuffle your little booty over there.
And to Dragon Shield, use code GLHF for 5% off, but please do so by using our affiliate link, which is in the show notes or underneath the video. And
Dragon
if you wanna,
Shield. What if dragons?
What if dragons? Thank you. I almost missed the catchphrase.
Yes.
And thank you to everyone who is a patron. We would love to give some great puns next week to our new or increasing patrons over on patreon.com/GLHF Magic. We'd love to have you, family. And can't wait to talk about more of what the magical world serves to us on a plate coming up next week.
Let's see what happens.
I've got to say that Duskmorn right around the stinky little corner. I've got to...
What's wrong with the corner?
Well,
what happened there? Why does it smell?
You know, it's got to be a little stinky because it's a horror movie. Have you ever been to a haunted house? Those things smell. It's all of the, smoke that they dump in there.
That's true.
And also nowadays, people are like using them special smello scares. You know what I'm saying? Like they're putting smells in there to enhance.
I refuse to understand what you mean. I'm just going to opt out of understanding.
To understand?
Nah.
Good luck, high five. I refuse to understand
what you mean.
New tagline.
Absolutely not.